So my name is Maris Jacobs, and I am a coach at Onake Paddling Club. I assist with our flatwater team, and I help Lanhotonkwas Goodleaf with the long distance marathon and outrigger teams as well. I think violence and bullying in sports can appear as anything that prevents a person from safely participating in a sport. It can impact your confidence as a kid, as a teenager, even as an adult in the moment. Do I even deserve to be here? Do I even want to come back to try? If you are turned off from sports because of a traumatic experience you had as a kid from bullying or violence, you might not want to engage in any kind of physical activity as you grow. You might live a more sedentary lifestyle because of those experiences. If you think even longer term, you might pass those traumas on to your kids if you choose to have kids, and you pass that on to somebody else in your life that's younger. Nobody's going to reward you for bullying. Nobody's going to give you a high five if you make a comment that makes, your group of friends laugh. And ultimately, it costs $0 to be nice to somebody. And you don't gain anything by making somebody else feel bad. Those are tough conversations sometimes because you don't want to attack a kid that's, maybe was bullying and they didn't even notice it, or said something harmful and they didn't even think twice about it. So for me, it's important to take those opportunities where you see bullying or you see violence at any level, and you can take it as a teaching opportunity instead of a punishment. I can totally understand that any sport can bring out emotions in us that we didn't even know were there. You can prepare all summer for a race and nail it every time, and it falls apart when the time comes to actually get on the line. And it's emotional for coaches to watch, it's emotional for parents to watch and spectators. But ultimately you have to have some sympathy for the athlete that's experiencing those things, and keep your mind open when you see some emotions come to the surface, because they're oftentimes experiencing that for the first time. They're young kids or teenagers that have never had that kind of pressure on them before. So I think coming from a place of understanding instead of, like I said, punishment is the first step. One of the things that I would recommend if you're starting out as a coach, especially a younger coach, is to think of yourself as a young kid. Think of little you, or a little sister, or a little cousin, and how would you hope that their experience would go? How would you want to be treated? And how would you protect that person from bullying and violence, and teach them how to combat it when they see it in public? I would also say that don't underestimate the responsibility you have and the tremendous amount of impact you can have on a kid at that age and in your position. I think sometimes you're just a coach, you're just there to teach a skill. You're there for so much more than that. You're teaching them how to be a good person. You're teaching them how to be an adult and grow into an older version of themselves. And whatever you put out into your coaching is what you're going to see in your athletes later on in life, and to make sure that you're following through on your promise to teach them the right way to play sports, but the safe way and respectful way to treat their teammates and their environment as well.
As coaches, fans, players, and community members, we have the power to change the culture of our sports environment by promoting safety, respect, and accountability.
Brought to you by the Ganawage Sports and Recreation Unit and KSCS. Ayadawatste, Nikah Nigunurio.